So, something is seriously wrong in our economy and the energetics right now. I don't know about you, but I have been trying so hard for so many years to get my body healed, my energy into alignment, and to start operating sort of outside of the system that I can see is so clearly set to collapse. But it feels like opportunities are drying up, money is going away. It seems like it's getting sucked up higher and higher into the pyramid. And even with all of the information that I know and channel about being a divine being, a creator being, and what my abilities should be on this earth, that I should be able to create security, stability, wealth, food in abundance, and have the energy and time to play and enjoy and create and just be on this beautiful earth that we're all here together on. But it feels like everything is going the opposite way. Systems are collapsing. It's harder to get food. It's harder to get jobs. It's harder to find opportunities. Healthcare is collapsing. Our whole political system is just a mess right now. Money seems to be shifting. Are we moving to crypto? Are we moving to gold? It's like there's all of this stuff going on. And what's underlying all of it is collective fear. And even those of us who are in our awakening process and we know what's available to us and what we should be able to create, we're still somehow trapped and held by this system. And so I'm here today to tell you that it is not just you, it is many, most of us. And it feels like we are being held in a collective freeze, a nervous system freeze. And that is exactly what all of the programming and you'll even see it within spiritual communities, within conscious communities. The infiltration of information is vast. And it is really up to us at this point to change our future, to change our experience, to participate in the change of our future collective experience. And I'm not even talking about like future. I'm just talking about next year. As a business owner and accountant for 20 years now, I am looking at the economy and the financial markets, and I see all the signs. I see that it's coming, but the collapse is coming. And what's happened for me is I've gotten caught in another freeze state. I moved my family off grid. I have removed myself from so much of these systems and so much of the grip and the chokehold that these systems and money had on me. But yet I still have found myself in a freeze state, unable to really get the next thing going. Money just feels like a ghost at this point. And I've questioned a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about and channeling and downloading information around money and the economy and what's coming. And to be honest with you, sometimes I get a little bit too far ahead, a little bit too far down the road of what things may become. And that sort of causes me to not take action now. But what has really come through in the last few weeks very strongly is that it is really time for us to start taking the steps to become our own sovereign businesses. I want you to imagine for one moment that instead of sending our money into these couple of corporations that are running our collapsing economy, instead of continuing to participate and cycle our money upstream up to the top of the pyramid only to receive little bits back. We're not getting raises. We're not seeing that inflation matches income at all, right? Like we're getting priced out and it's time to do something about it. So I've been thinking, what can we actually do? And this really all comes back to making the change within, reclaiming our power, reclaiming our sovereignty, and using our gifts, our skills that we already have, our hobbies that we already are doing, and sort of turning that into a household business. If each house or each home or even each individual is their own business, and is interacting with each other within their local economy, the local community. I buy from you, you buy from me. That keeps the money circulating within our local area. And it also gives us access to healthcare, food, shelter. I mean, so many of the things that we think we need from this big system, actually, there are people right in our local area who are experts at these things. And wouldn't you rather pay them directly and give them your money directly so that they can take that full amount instead of giving it to a big company who is just going to trickle down a small amount to that person? Imagine for a moment if we were all doing that and if we were able to get everybody's needs met in our local area, especially during hard times, and able to support each other and keep some monetary circulation within our local group. So how do we get ourselves out of this freeze state, this state of it's not working, it's not happening for me, everything's falling apart, while simultaneously feeling and being programmed to be reliant on this system? How do we move ourselves from the state that we're in to actually taking the steps to set up our own businesses and sell the skills that we already have? I want to be clear. You don't need to learn new things. You don't need to get a degree. You don't need to have a certificate. You just need to take the things that you're already selling, that you're already getting paid for right now. And instead of letting somebody else, your employer, pay you for them, you're going to just exchange them with your local economy. So all that we're going to do, it's actually really simple, is we're going to start taking the steps to building a business and letting our community know that we are available for sale, that we have these offers for sale. And we're going to just start doing that while we're scared. We're just going to do that while we're still in fear. It's okay to take that freeze state with you. It's okay to be scared and still start taking steps. Because actually, it's really simple. We're just going to take away right now, if you're working for an employer, you're basically trusting that company with your income and your money and saying that somehow they're more capable of giving that to you than you are capable of providing that for yourself. And that is simply not true. Companies go under all the time. Companies are operating month to month on cash flow. They do not have stacks of cash to cover your paycheck for the next 6 months. They're relying on their customers paying them this week to pay you next week. It is a completely false sense of security. So while you're still working for that employer, you can start creating a side hustle on the side where you're selling the same skills. If you're doing organizing, if you have a handyman service, if you do any kind of food prep or childcare, all of these things you can sell direct to customers and just take the businesses out of it. Now, I'm not saying that we should all quit working for small business owners. That's sort of a separate topic. I am just saying if you're working for a large company, and you are not happy and you are engaged in a false sense of security, there is an alternative for you. And the alternative is actually really simple. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to identify your strongest skills, the ones that you don't have to do anything with this skill or hobby in order to sell it. Like you've already got it. And you're going to create 3 offers. You're going to create a low tier offer, something that's like under $100. A medium offer, something in the couple $100 range, and then a high ticket offer. That's like the full whatever you're able to do. Maybe that's $1,000 or $5,000. It depends on what you do, right? So you're just gonna take your skill set, your one skill, and you're gonna create 3 offers from that one skill. And then you're going to start letting your local community, friends, family, people who are already coming to you and asking you to do these things for them, you're going to start letting them know that you've opened a business and these are your offers that are for sale. And on the back end, you're just going to set up a really simple container, which would be an LLC. LLCs are really easy businesses to open in your state. It's usually $20 or so in most states to set up an LLC. It's quite simple to do. It has low maintenance. There's like an annual fee you need to pay to keep the LLC open. When you file your taxes, it's quite simple. It usually all goes together on one tax return. I'm talking very simple. There's, of course, many different scenarios, but if you just set up a single sole member LLC, it's very simple. And I've actually created a free guide. It's just a simple PDF. You can just go to my website and download it. And this is for your do-it-yourselfers. It just has a really simple list of what you need to do to get started from A to Z to get your business container in place and to start selling to your community. And I strongly recommend starting this now because in 12 months, things are going to be more collapsed. It's going to be worse. And so it takes time to get word of mouth out there and let people know what you're available for. So I strongly recommend starting this now. If you need a little bit more information and you're like a do-it-yourselfer, but like need more context, more information, I do have an ebook, and that ebook sort of explains quite a bit more, like all the different types of business entities and which one might be best for you, how to do your bookkeeping, how to understand taxes. And it also comes with a bookkeeping template and an income calculator that helps you kind of figure out how much money you need to be making each month to quit your job and how to set up those offers that I was talking about. So you can grab both of those on my website right now. And after you get started, if you have questions, I also have a little 20-minute talk to me thing you can click on my website to just ask me whatever you need to know. I can probably answer every single question about setting up a business and helping you get started with offers and even identifying what would be the best business to start from scratch, which of your skills might be the best to choose from. So that's all available here. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you don't even need any of that. You can just do this on your own and get started now because we can all feel the economic collapse happening. We can feel the energetic shifting. And those of us who are spiritually tapped in know that everything has to collapse for something to be reborn. And for the next thing to be reborn, it comes from within us. We are the creators of that. This is not like a magic thing that's going to drop out of the sky or a new magic reality that we're going to pop into. This is what we create from inside of us that we offer to the world. And through that offering and through the new systems that we build between each other using community, that is how the new earth gets started. There's no magical answer here. And continuing to rely on a system that's collapsing, rely on people who are lying to us, like it's just getting us nowhere. And we're all just frozen, waiting for something to happen. And that something is you. Like it's us. It's time to stand up. And it seems harder than it is. It seems scary. There's a lot of work we can do on our nervous systems to help our bodies move through the beginning stages of getting our own businesses started, becoming self-reliant, finding our own sovereignty and power, and really anchoring that into this new life. And before we go today, I just want you to remember that your gifts were never meant for the corporations. Your gifts were meant for people.